I'm Leslie Weidenbender. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm here with Representative Tim Brown. He is a Republican from Crawfordsville. Welcome.
Thank you, Leslie. Pleasure to be here.
You are the chairman of the powerful House Ways and Means Committee, the committee that writes the budget. So the budget's out of the House now, but tell us about what you put together.
Well, we're very proud of our priorities of the House budget. It looks at fiscal integrity, our priorities in investment through K through 12 education, something that's on the heart of every legislator in the State House, and then looking at roads and bridges, the infrastructure of Indiana being the crossroads of America.
There's been a lot been made about road funding. Tell us about why, what's the demand for road funding? Why is it so important?
Well, we had major moves a few years ago, and that was for state projects, but the initial part of major moves, there was some money for local roads. But since then, we've had no increase in local road funding. And one of the things we looked at in the House budget as we sent it over to the Senate is the predictability where people think that money is going for roads and transportation. And one of the things we heard was what are called off-the-top expenses. Gas tax doesn't go 100% for roads. So we took those expenses, state police, Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and DNR, and we took them away from gas tax, and now we're going to pay for them out of general fund, so all the gas tax goes for road funding.
Another thing that the House budget did, and I think this is a product of the state having a surplus, is you paid for some things in cash. Some university projects, you paid down some debt. Why did you do that?
Well, when you look at anything in a household finance and you look like you have a little bit more money in the checkbook, it's just like if you have a 5-year car loan and you can get that down to 3 years, it makes it much easier for the last 2 years. And this will give us the ability going forward to have money to invest in other areas or money as we look at doing further tax cuts, money back to citizens.
Now, you did not include Governor Mike Pence's proposal to cut the income tax by 10%. Is that still on the table?
We're having discussions with the governor's team. Yes, it is. It's an area that we will look at as a priority as we get all the information coming together when we get the final revenue numbers and also what the Senate's priorities look like.
One of the biggest decisions the legislature will make this year is whether to expand Medicaid. You're a physician. Where do you come down on this important issue?
Well, part of the issue, I think, is that we're still uncertain about what the federal government's going to do in the regulation aspect of it. We know what the law says and how that will impact us, but 10 years down the road, it could be $200 million to the state of Indiana, which I don't think we're quite ready for a tax increase to pay for that increased burden that we'll have for our citizens as far as taxpayers. Now, yes, it will cover more citizens, and that is an issue that just is fundamental also in covering the vulnerable, but it is a trade-off and a balance, and we'll continue to look at it. Haven't said no, but haven't said yes.
Do you think the General Assembly will make some decision this year?
I think we'll have a bill that looks at the Medicaid and the federal health care law. Again, we have a program that covers the people that are working and struggling to get by, the Healthy Indiana program, where it has some personal ownership and personal responsibility. Again, we've seen that that helps Hoosiers and also reduces utilization when they have some personal accountability.
Representative Brown, thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm Leslie Weidenbender with the StateHouseFile.com and Comcast Newsmakers. Please join us again.